What's up, winners? And welcome back to another video at the Winner Circle, y'all. Um, Today's video, listen, silence is the language of the wise, okay? And I'm gonna break it down for you. Silence is the language of the wise. If you new here to the Winner Circle, do what you gotta do to get locked in, okay? Join the Winner Circle because you're gonna get, man, I'll be dropping gems. You're gonna get your life bossed up here. If you've been rocking with me for a minute, I love y'all so much. But let's get straight into it, okay? Silence is the language of the wise. People who have a lot of wisdom understand how powerful silence really is, okay? And what I mean by that is a lot of the times, we want to clap back, we want to tell people about themselves, we want to go off on people, we want to let people know where they had you fucked up at. By the way, if you're new to the Winner Circle and the F-bomb offends you, this ain't the place for you, okay? Keep on scrolling, keep on going, watch another video. But anyways, a lot of the times we want to tell people just exactly where they had you messed up at. And I get it, like it's an emotional reaction, it's an emotional response though. But the bottom line is there is more power in your silence. There is so much more power in you pulling your energy back, not clapping back, not giving them a piece of your mind, like not letting them know where they had you messed up at, not letting them know how much of a crappy person they are. There is so much more power and wisdom because the moment you decide to lay it all out there for them, lay it on the table for them, can't even talk. The moment you decide to lay it all out there for them, lay it all on the table for them, you're giving them more energy. You're giving them more momentum. And the reality of it is having these conversations for closure. If you cutting somebody off, cut people off in silence. Having conversations, trying to have closure, it's like, what are you looking for closure for? Are you looking for closure just to validate why you feel, for them to validate exactly what happened and why you feel mad, why you feel frustrated, why you feel disrespected? Because they're not finna validate nothing. They're not finna validate nothing about the way that you feel. All they're gonna do is make it seem like you too sensitive, you tripping, you don't know how to take a joke, you taking things personal and they didn't mean it that way. Stop trying to have other people, stop trying to have the perpetrator, the person who hurt you, stop trying to have the perpetrator validate how you feel. You don't need them fucking you over should be more than enough closure for you to cut them off in silence and move on. I'm gonna say that one more time. Them fucking you over should be more than enough closure for you to cut them off in silence and move on. Because trying to have that closure conversation, they're not gonna validate how you feel. They're gonna make it seem like you tripping. And all they's gonna do is piss you off even more. All that's gonna do is piss you off even more. But when you move in silence, when you have less of an emotional reaction, you just pull your energy back, you just duck off, you just cut people off in silence. You don't give nobody no warning sign, no heads up, no step-by-step manual on why you cutting them off. Did they give you a step-by-step manual when they was fucking you over? No. When you don't give people, when you don't just lay it all out there for them and read to them on the scroll of what's going on, what's on your mind, and you just duck off in silence, that leaves people wondering. Your silence is way more powerful than you expressing, exchanging, coming to them in any kind of emotional state of mind. Silence is way more powerful because it leaves them wondering. They start to think to themselves, okay, she not talking to me. He not talking to me. Was it this that I did? Was it that I did? Was it this that I did? And they over there thinking about how all the times they messed you over, and they trying to figure out which part did you catch on. When did you start to connect the dots? What part did you have a realization where you picked up that they wasn't for you? And then they might start obsessively calling you to try to check your temperature. I haven't heard from you. They calling you back to back to back to back. That's how you know when you cut somebody off in silence and they start blowing your phone up. That's how you know it has completely affected them. They're over there scrambling, trying to figure out if you figured out what exactly they did, and having them in that unknown, and they trying to figure it out and wonder what's going on. Why is you mad at them? Is your phone dead? Are you sick? Are you just having an emergency? Why is it that you're not talking to them? Why is it that you're not reaching back out to them? Why is it that you're not responding to their phone calls? Why is it that you're not responding to their text messages? It drives them crazy. Now that overthinking is whooping that ass. They are over there overthinking, trying to figure out what part did you catch on to figure out that they wasn't for you. Your silence is way more powerful than you clapping back, than you talking mess, than you going back and forth. I talk to y'all know I'm a life coach. Book a session with me if you need help with setting boundaries or cutting people off in silence. I be talking to a lot of people and they be like, no, I have to tell them where they had me fucked up at. I gotta let them know. And da-da-da. That's because you're too emotional. If you feel like you have to justify why you cut somebody off, you have to give them an explanation. You have to talk to them. You have to let them know something. You're too emotional. When you can have complete control over your emotions, over how you feel, over your reactions, how you react in certain situations, especially when you mad, when you hurt, when somebody's disrespecting you, when somebody's ghosting you, when somebody bothering you, when somebody's doing something unfavorable to you, and you don't react in such an emotional way. Because when you react in such an emotional way, then that's how they know they got you triggered. They got you completely triggered the moment you start firing back, the moment you start clapping back, the moment you give them that emotional response. You're giving them a charge, you're giving them energy, and they like it. They like seeing the fact that you hot and bothered. They like seeing the fact that they got you all flustered. They love seeing the fact that they got you all discombobulated and you all emotional, you all in your feelings. They like seeing the fact that you might potentially go home and cry about it. They like seeing the fact that you might potentially go home and question yourself. Are you good enough in the friendship? Are you good enough in this relationship? What was it about you that made all of this fall into place like this or fall out of place like this? They like that. But the moment you just peep game, take a mental note, and fall all the way the fuck back, you leave people wondering. You leave so much skepticism to be played with, it drives people nuts. Because the bottom line is, what you seeking closure for? Why you need to lay it all out there? Why you need to give them a list like a brand new employee at HR? This is what you did. This is what you didn't do. This is what I saw. This is where you didn't come through. This is where. Why you need to do all that? They know what they did to you, so why you need to remind them? They know what they did to you. And y'all already know at the Winner Circle, I'll be telling y'all, nowadays, stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. And I'm not talking about people who, you know, at their core got your back, who has majority of the time that you've known them have been solid, honest, genuine. I'm not talking about those people who you really know that there's just a misunderstanding, miscommunication, things might have been taken the wrong way. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people where you know for a fact you stay having to question their behavior and their intentions with you. Man, cut them motherfuckers off in silence, okay? Fall all the way back. You know when somebody playing in your face. You do. You know when somebody playing in your face. Cut them off in silence. Silence is the language of the wise. You do not need to list out every reason, bullet point by PowerPoint, by number point. You don't need to do none of that because people know what they're doing to you. Stop giving them the benefit of the doubt. People are too grown. I'm going to say it again. People is too grown nowadays to not know what they doing to you. People know exactly what they doing to you. People know when they talking mess about you. People know when they giving you little jabs to see if you gonna catch on. People know if they fucked you over and you keep taking them back. And they know that every time they do something to you, all they gotta do is say this or word it this way, and you too soft. You got that soft heart, and you gonna let them back. People know exactly what they doing to you. People is too motherfucking grown to not know that they playing in your face, okay? Stop giving people too much of the benefit of the doubt. Stop. And you know those people who deserve your benefit of the doubt, and you know those people who don't. The ones that you got to always question, and it might be little subtle stuff that they're doing, so it might be hard for you to paint a big picture that they're not for you, because that's what they do on the low. They do they drop little nuggets, little crumbs. And it's not until we collect a whole bread loaf of crumbs that we like, damn, this person not for me. If you got to keep questioning yourself about somebody and their intentions with you and why they say this and why they say that, and was that a jab? Was they being funny? Was they being too slick? If you got to constantly question that, cut them off. Cut them off in silence. Silence is the language of the wise. You do not have to give somebody a step-by-step manual while you cutting them off. That conviction of your silence is going to hit them like a ton of bricks. They're going to know, okay, he caught on. Okay, she caught on. They might still be wondering, what part did you catch on? They still want to know how much you actually know, but they're going to realize, okay, they caught on. And they're going to start feeling guilty. Cut people off in silence. Your silence is the most powerful thing that you can ever have. When you stop being so being so emotionally reactionary to people, stop giving all of your emotions, stop letting people know that they got you flustered, stop letting people know that they got under your skin. Stop doing that, because people take advantage of that. The more you decide to let somebody know how they got to you, the more you build their ego. The more you build that ego, the more you let them know they fucking with your head. The more they build your ego. The more you build their ego. The more you build their ego and start to react, the more you start reacting all emotionally, the more you putting them and their ego on a pedestal. Stop doing all that. Take a mental note and fall back. Silence is the language of the wise, y'all. People who know how to stay silent in the heat of a situation, when they pissed off, when they're emotional, when they hurt, that is powerful. People who know how to take control of their emotions and then deal with their emotional state when they get back to the house, when they get back around somebody like their partner, somebody who's genuinely there for them and have their best interest, that's powerful. Stop giving so much of your emotions to people who fucking you over. Silence is the language of the wise, y'all. Learn how to be silent. Learn how to cut people off in silence. Learn how to not be so reactionary to people who got you messed up. The moment they see you, that you got them messed up, that they got you messed up, and they see you reacting all crazy, yeah, you giving them a show. You giving them a show. But when you don't respond, when you give them no reaction, they don't know how you feel. When you give them no reaction, no indication whether you're mad, you're sad, you're happy, you're hot and bothered, when you give them no indication on where you stand, on how you feel about shit, what you got going on with your situation between whatever's going on, you drive them crazy. People who messing you over, they're doing it because they want the rise. They do it because they want the reaction. They do it because they want to see you get knocked off your high horse. Don't be giving people that satisfaction. I refuse to give anybody that satisfaction. You're going to see, all you're going to hear from me is silence. And you're going to be wondering, what's going on? What is she thinking? What is happening? What is going on in Coach E's mind? Don't give people your emotions. They don't deserve it. And again, you guys, the more you give people that emotion, the more you tell them about themselves and how they screwed you over and what they did to you and what they didn't do to you and how they didn't show up for you, the more you do that and the more you keep letting them back in, each and every time you let them disrespect you and you forgive them, or you let them back in, or you sweep it under the rug, or you act all crazy and irate and then y'all pick back up where you left off, the less and less they start to respect you. The more you forgive, the less they respect you. The more you forgive them for their shenanigans, each and every time, their respect for you gets less and less and less and less, and they start treating you out of pocket. Don't be letting people treat you out of pocket, all right, y'all? Silence is the language of the wise. You don't need to be going on a tangent letting people know how they bothered you, how they messed you over, they already know. They know. They just trying to see if you know. You the only one who acting like you. Everybody know. Everybody around you know that they person ain't for you. You ever had your parents back in the day say, your mama, your daddy said, look, that little girl ain't your friend. You be like, yes, she is. Yeah. And then you get grown, you be like, she wasn't my friend the whole time. My mama told me. Everybody around you could see the shenanigans, the foolery, the disrespect, how they always right there on the borderline of respect and disrespect. They always got one little toe, just the toenail over the line to disrespect. Everybody around you can see it. You're the only one who don't know. So you don't need them to validate your feelings to see if you wrong or to see if you right or to justify how you feel. Trust yourself. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. If you got to keep questioning somebody's behavior, somebody's intentions around you, they are not for you. Cut them off in silence. You don't need to go to them and be like, you said this and it pissed me off and da-da-da-da and da-da-da. And I'm not saying not have meaningful conversations to people that mean something to you. I'm not saying that. But you smart enough. Use your discernment. Use your judgment. You don't have to become completely unhinged to let a motherfucker know where they went wrong with you. The moment you feel like you got to step out of character to show somebody what they did to you, that's the exact moment where you need to fall back. The moment where you stepping out of character, throwing hands, doing this, cussing people out, letting people know what they did to you, going back to your old self and you done grew so much from, the moment you got to come out of character, that's the moment you need to fall back, not press forward and let them know how they had you messed up. That's the moment you need to fall back. Okay? Silence is the language of the wise, y'all. Be wise, okay? But y'all already know, I want to show y'all, I want to talk to you guys about these body butters, okay? I know the last time I was talking about this, y'all, I said that the Powerpuff Girl one was my favorite until I tried the Mermaid Magic, y'all. This Mermaid Magic smells so good. And I want to show y'all because it literally just melts in your hand. It literally starts to melt in my hand. And it smells so good, y'all. This Magic Mermaid, if you don't try none of these, make sure you try the Mermaid Magic. This one's, it smells and feels so good, you guys. Like it just, you want that flawless glowing skin with all that vitamins and collagen in it to make your skin look good, to make your skin tight, to make you feel good, smell good, look good. I mean, you're going to be vibrant. You're going to be so radiant. You've got to try the Mermaid Magic. And they come in bigger containers. I just have the sample ones. They come in huge containers, actually, I believe. But this Mermaid Magic, y'all, it smells so good. And it's literally like buttercream. And it, oh my gosh. Like, y'all forgive me for rubbing on myself, but I just need y'all to know how good it feels. It feels so good. Like, it feels so good. It just glides on so, and it smells, I don't even know what it smells like. Like, it smells like, God damn it, I'll bite you. That's what it smells like. But it has these crystals in it. It's like green and purple. And I feel like the crystals, the purple crystals in it melt. I don't even know how to explain it. But as soon as you touch it and it goes on your skin, it's like either the green one, no, I think it's the purple ones. I think it's the purple crystals in here that melt. But it smells so good, y'all. Ladies, get your body butter. And if you don't, I like all of them, but this Mermaid Magic right now is at the top of my list because I just cracked it open last night and I got out the bath like, good God almighty, I'm somebody's sniggity snack. Like, this Mermaid Magic smells so good, y'all. So get your body butters, okay? I'm going to have it linked at the top of the comment section right there, as well as with the link to book a session with me. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you next time on The Winner's Circle.